How will each ranked UFC fighter be remembered by the time their career is over? Today, what we're going to be doing is predicting that. We're going to put it in a tier list form. Before we get into the video, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's make a tier list. So, like I said, we are going to be ranking guys on how they will be remembered. We're going to predict how are they going to be remembered. The people that get put in the S tier, they're going to be the people who had the most impact, their star power, someone everybody always got excited to come see. I'm thinking about that because there are some people on this list who, when they retire, while they may be a good fighter, nobody's going to remember them. That's how we're kind of going to gauge this. And as I'm making this tier list now, I just realized that their heads are cut off. I don't know why that is, but hey, if you're a UFC fan, you should know who all these guys are, right? So we're going to continue on with it. With that being said, I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. Even if it's not clear, I believe that as the tier list goes on, we will know even more. We're starting off with Arman Tsarukyan. Now, Arman Tsarukyan, he has the potential to be a huge champion. The only thing that is stopping him is Islam Makhachev right now. So will he be able to get past Islam Makhachev? If he becomes one of those really long reigning champions, then of course he will be remembered as like, by the time his career is over, he's going to be remembered very well. He's probably going to continue to be dominant. I'm going to assume that even if he doesn't get past Islam Makhachev, I could see him doing the exact same thing as Khabib and retiring early. Then Arman would absolutely get to the belt. But I don't see Arman ever becoming a huge star. But Arman may be a dominant champion one day. I'm going to, for now, throw him in the A tier. Michael Chandler, when he's done his career, the end of his career is coming, and he's only going to get even more star power now that we have the Conor McGregor fight on the horizon, hopefully. And maybe I don't even know if we should say that because it doesn't seem like Conor's going to take the fight anymore. Michael Chandler will forever be remembered as one of the most exciting fighters who ever lived. He'll also be remembered as a guy with zero fight IQ, goes in there, swings. He will be remembered very well. I believe Michael Chandler, I'm thinking because Michael Chandler, you know what? A tier above Arman Tsarukyan. Rafael Fiziev. This is an interesting one because his potential is very hard to gaze. When he's done, I don't believe Rafael Fiziev will ever become a champion, but I believe he will have he'll kind of be in a spot that you see maybe Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje, guys who never got to the title, but was a very good fighter, and I like him as a guy. Rafael Fiziev, unfortunately, when he's done, I can't see him being remembered all that much. And again, I'm talking about just like us hardcore MMA fans. If you're watching this video, you will absolutely remember all of these guys. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the whole world here. That's the whole point of this tier list. I'm going to put Rafael Fiziev, and actually, I'm going to put him in D tier. He's going to be remembered as a fantastic fighter, but the casual fans are never really going to get into him. Renato Moicano. This is a good one. I think his potential is just beginning. He started it off with Moicano wants money. He was going to lose to Arman Tsarukyan. And hopefully that fight doesn't get rebooked because I want to see this dude win. He has serious potential. This dude can become a star if he keeps up with it. The potential's there. And he needs to just keep winning, but I'm not sure if he will do that. I am, however, a believer in Renato Moicano, and I'm going to put him in the B tier for now. Because his potential's so unsure. He has the potential to become one of those stars, but I don't know if he'll keep winning to do so. Beneil Dariush. I hate to say it, guys. Only us hardcore, really into MMA fans love Beneil Dariush, and that's even saying something because there's only a portion of us that love Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush is unfortunately going to be remembered not very much. I gotta throw him in the D tier. Grant Dawson. Yeah, that's Grant Dawson, right? That's got to be Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson, actually, it's another one of those fighters with potential. But right now, I'd see no star power. I don't see him garnering any attention, even among MMA community. I'm going to put him in the D tier as well. Actually, behind Beneil Dariush right now. Rafael dos Anjos. Now, Rafael, I believe with the hardcore MMA community, he's going to be remembered as one of the BMFs. A guy who fought anybody, a guy who was a champion, he fought top contenders all the time. He's going to be remembered by the hardcore community. Fantastic. And he's kind of known among casuals. You know, he's a name that is recognizable, but here's the thing. I can see his name being recognizable to people, but his face not being. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys that's just like kind of there. I'm going to put Rafael dos Anjos actually in the low B tier. Low B tier. Jalen Turner, one of those fighters with a lot of potential. However, I believe he is very good. He's taken on Dan Hooker. That might really boost his star power. When Jalen Turner is done, I feel like he's going to just... Yeah, I don't know if he can beat champion. I don't know. He didn't beat Gamrot on a short notice. This is very questionable, and it's way too early in his career to really try to figure out what's going to happen when he's done. I'm going to put Jalen Turner in the C tier for now. Damir Ismagulov. He's having his retirement fight soon. I and some other people am really on the Damir Ismagulov train. When he is done, though, people are not going to remember Damir Ismagulov very much. Just the people that are really into hardcore MMA right now. Damir Ismagulov is going to be at the bottom of D tier. Probably the worst on here. Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola has some serious potential. He is just starting to really become into his own. And with his fighting style, I don't believe he'll ever make it to the top. But Matt Frevola will have a lot of exciting fights. And I cannot wait to see them all. By the time Matt Frevola is done, he's going to have a lot of exciting fights. Whether he wins, he loses. Actually, to compare him to Drew Dober, even though he just beat Drew Dober, I could really see him being remembered like Drew Dober. I'm going to put him in C tier. He's going to have some fun fights, but not among all of the casuals that are going to know him. Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje, when he is done, he's going to S tier, man. Justin Gaethje, people get up and sit down for a Justin Gaethje fight. Justin Gaethje's fighting, people have their eyes glued to the TV. Do people know who Justin Gaethje is? Yes. By the time Justin Gaethje is done, he'll be remembered as one of the biggest fan favorites to ever go down with it in UFC. I could be making this video about any division. Justin Gaethje will be an S tier in every single one of them. Pound for pound, when he is done, no matter what he's accomplished, people are going to remember very positively about Justin Gaethje. Now, Mateusz Gamrot. I'm really high on Gamrot. I like Gamrot. I think he's a great fighter. Yeah, I guess he has a little bit of, not star power, but a little bit of attention overseas. And I feel like nothing's really going to change for him. He'll probably get back to the title. But I feel like he's going to remain like the same kind of star that he is right now. Which I will put him in the bottom of C tier. You know what? But I don't want to put him behind Rafael Fiziev. I'm going to move... Fiziev isn't with these three. I'm going to put Fiziev in the C tier and then Gamrot behind him. Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker is very well known. Dan Hooker is going to be remembered by the time he's done as kind of like Justin Gaethje, but not nearly as much. Dan Hooker is a huge fan favorite. No matter where he goes, he's going to put on exciting fights. I also think that he's going to be remembered as the guy who Dustin Poirier kind of took his soul. But Dan Hooker, by the time he's done, he will have even more exciting fights. I cannot wait to see them. Dan Hooker is going to be at the start of A tier for me. Not quite S tier, but A tier. Islam Makhachev. How can I not put him in S tier? Everybody's going to know Makhachev. Everybody already does know Makhachev. And no matter what happens, everybody will remember Makhachev. Makhachev is going to put a huge stamp in UFC history. However, I don't believe he will be as positively perceived as Justin Gaethje. I'm putting him in S tier behind Justin Gaethje. Charles Oliveira. You have, every single time this guy fights, every single time since he even became champion, this dude's star power is going up. If I'm not mistaken, he is the 4th most followed fighter on Instagram, actually. By the time his career is done, how old is Charles Oliveira? Early 30s? If that? He has so much to go. Everybody loves him. Everybody seems to be a Charles Oliveira fan, except for Islam Makhachev fans. This dude's star power is only beginning, and it's going to go up and up and up and up, especially now that he's learning English. Charles Oliveira, I'm going to throw him in front of Justin Gaethje in the S tier. That's how people are going to remember Charles Oliveira. It's kind of funny looking at all this. It's just like half their faces are cut off. Moving on to the last fighter, Dustin Poirier. Poirier. If I would have been making this video like maybe a year or two ago, I would have had Dustin Poirier maybe, I don't know, maybe right here where I place him, right in front of Islam. But Dustin Poirier, in recent times, people have really been jumping off the Dustin Poirier train. I think it's a combination of him losing a couple fights and people just wanting to follow the big winners. You know, that's how the MMA community works. That's how humans work. And I also think that it's because like Dustin Poirier, people are starting to call out him being a little bit of a fake nice guy. Like his fight against Chandler. Right after that, he won the fight, but he's like, my house. This is my house. You know what I mean? Doing that kind of stuff. People don't really like that stuff. But Dustin Poirier does have a very, very fan-friendly style. All the fights with Conor McGregor definitely escalated his star power. By the time Dustin Poirier is done, I don't believe he will be a UFC champion. And Colby Covington could single-handedly ruin that by just remembering Dustin Poirier as the guy is, I didn't accomplish my dreams. While Colby continues to trash talk, I can actually see him having a little bit of an impact on Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, though, will forever be remembered as a very, very exciting fighter, one of the greats to never win the belt. His name will always be in that conversation. I'm going to put Dustin Poirier top of the A tier. I'm pretty satisfied with that list. I don't think I need to move anyone around. S tier, Oliveira, Gaethje, Makhachev. Oliveira could arguably be an SS tier. I'm very excited to see, in particular, Moicano, where he ends up. But this is me predicting the future on how every single fighter will be remembered. Guys, if you want to see more tier list videos, thank you so much for watching. Let me know. Let me know where you would place all these fighters. Do you agree with everything that I said? Again, let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting the like button, help out the channel a ton, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. But on the screen right now, you will have two fantastic Clenbat videos on this side of the screen. I didn't know where I was. Just check them out, guys. If you want to continue watching the channel, there's videos right there for you. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.